If you want to play your best tennis, then you need to be well prepared. So with that in mind, we need to talk about what should be in your tennis bag. I just got back from USTA Midwest Sectionals about a week ago, and I have a UTR tournament coming up this weekend hosted by Mark Sanset. So everything I need to play my best tennis is in this bag, and I thought it might be interesting and helpful for some of you to see exactly what that is. So let's take a look. All right, so first things first, let's talk about rackets. So in my bag now, I have 3 Diadem Elevate Tours. This is I'm really starting to like this racket a lot. I just played a match a couple days ago. I think I've played about 6 or 8 matches now with this racket and string combo. Just broke a string yesterday. I'm using the Solstice Black 18 gauge. And these were all 3 strung fresh about a week ago. And so this is my first break of this restring. And it was about 6 or 7 hours that it took me to make my way through this set of string. So I've still got 2 frames that are strung exactly the same string, exactly the same tension by exactly the same stringer. If you ever break strings, like if you've ever broken a string, you should have a minimum of 2 rackets. If you break strings once a week or once every other week, then I highly recommend you have 3 of exactly the same racket, exactly the same string. You have to be well prepared. Exactly the same grip. I'll talk about what grip I have in my bag. So this obviously is key, is having these, especially for a tournament where you're not exactly sure how many matches you're going to be playing. All right, in the middle here, probably next most important piece of equipment is shoes. They're Serena Williams shoes. And these are a size 12 women's shoe. And I use I don't want to get too much into footwear. Like it's just not, I know what works best for me. I'm looking for something very flexible and low to the ground. That's what Serena likes to play with. She's had ankle issues in the past and a little bit, counterintuitive, but a shoe where you can actually feel the court and is lower to the ground helps a lot with stability. So I've enjoyed these a lot. These are actually my backup pair, my spare, like these are, you can tell, these are kind of like new ones. These are not my playing shoes. These are the shoes that I have in case something goes wrong with my playing shoes. See the difference obviously between the ones I've been using, and these are mostly broken in. I just kind of wear them while I'm coaching, and I keep a spare pair in the bag in case I break a lace or whatever. I wear through the sole, something rips or whatever. Shoes are, I would almost argue more important than the rackets to be well prepared with, because you can borrow, it might not be exactly the racket you want, but it's still a tennis racket. But shoes, you got to have the right size, and it could be a completely different feeling thing. And it's obviously what connects you to the court, so it's really important. All right, everybody's got to have a can of balls, new can of balls, just in case. You never know when you might need a can of balls. All right, so this is unique for me and something different. This is the camera I've been using for vlogging. When you see the footage from USTA Sectionals, I use this like vlog style. The GoPro Hero 9 Black has a front-facing camera, so you can see what you're doing, like talk to the camera. It's the first model that has the camera on the front. It's also nice for when you put it up on the fence and you can see exactly what the camera is looking at. And this is a Manfrotto kind of mini tripod that you can use to put it down, wherever. So I use this to hold on to and then to place the camera someplace if I want to put it down and shoot some B-roll or time lapse or whatever. So to go along with this is my whole recording, like production kit right here. So inside here, I've got a huge battery. This will power the GoPro for like 10 or 12 hours. The huge card in the GoPro will also allow it to record for 10 or 12 hours. So huge battery, wireless mic, which you're gonna hear more about from Sectionals, foreshadowing. This is the mount that I use to connect the GoPro to a fence for outdoor use. So these just kind of hook onto the fence, and then the GoPro goes onto there. And this fits in my bag, and this is what I use if there is no chain link fence. GoPro goes on here, and then this hook right here just goes over the cable of the indoor, curtain. And so it just kind of hooks up there on top of the curtain. This telescopes, you hook it up there, put the GoPro there, push record, and you're all good to go. So I'm set for indoor, for outdoor recording. All right, probably should have talked about this by now. You have to have a big water, like you can't have like a, whatever, 16 ounce, or 20 ounce, bottle of water. You have to have something that's gonna last you 3 hours, potentially, enough hydration to last you for 3 hours. This is, I don't know, it's 64 ounces, I think. I have no idea what the brand is. I got it at Walmart.
I think it's Ozark Trail.
How do you know that? Ozark Trail?
Yeah.
Oh. So Walmart brand Ozark Trail, I think it was like 20 bucks. Works great. I like it a lot. Holds a lot of water, that's all that matters. Okay, now we're kind of getting into the nitty gritty here, kind of personal items. You gotta have a towel with you, or at least I think so. If you're playing in heat especially, like we were down in Indianapolis, super humid, it was in the 90s, like very, very humid. This is super limited edition, shout out to Megan. Pretty sure Megan had these made. We only had a couple of them made, so I keep this in my bag. I try to remember to wash it every once in a while. This is super important for me. I've had shoulder issues in the past, and we'll link to the routine that I do to keep my rotator cuff healthy. This is a part of my typical warm-up routine when I'm getting ready for a match, really important. If you're gonna play outside and you're playing like a bunch of matches in one day, snacks are super important. So these are my two favorite snacks. And I keep these in the bowl by the refrigerator on the Essential Tennis Court for players. I like RX bars. There's just like a couple of ingredients. And then I like having some kind of trail mix, like nuts and fruit, and there's like dark chocolate in there too, I think. So if you're like going into the third set and like your energy is down, first of all, it's too late. You should have started eating something ahead of time. But it's super important to have some kind of calories with you. These are my two favorite. And then on the beverage side of things, I'm a huge fan of Chipotle. That's my go-to meal place away from home. They have these black tea drinks. It's like very low sugar. I'm not big on consuming a lot of sugar. I'm also not big on consuming a lot of caffeine. I drink tea every day in the morning. So for me, this is like perfect if I'm hot, tired, like in the middle of a match and I need like a quick boost of energy. I like keeping a couple of these. Glass is not the best, not the best idea, but I like keeping a couple of these in my bag. During the McKinley Mixed, I was like drinking out of this, drinking out of the water, and then taking a bite of the RX bar, like third match, fourth match, fifth match at the McKinley Mixed tournament. Like these were my go-tos: the bar, the tea, and then water. This is super important too. Every tennis bag should have small bandages, and every tennis bag should have athletic tape. Everybody's bag. So you don't know what the heck's going to happen out there. You accidentally cut yourself, or a blister, starts forming, or a blister, pops and opens. You're in between matches, and your feet get really beat up, or whatever. You get have a callus that. There you go. There's six things that might happen. So if you don't have, I like small, flexible bandages that you can put over a hand or a foot, and then athletic tape to wrap over the top of it. Super important. I use these at sectionals. I had some cracked skin on the back of my ankle, so just tape around it and you're good to go. And so to go with that, and also my grips. Super important that you have a good pair of scissors with you, either for the tape or if you need to re-grip your racket. Scissors are super important. And so that brings me to grips. I've been using these same overgrips since high school, over 20 years. They're Clipper brand, which is made in the US. If you're a stringing nerd, then you've heard of the Clipper Mate, which is a drop weight stringing machine system. That's where I learned how to string on was the Clipper Mate drop weight stringer. And I think when I was in high school, it was like 150 bucks. And I made tons of money stringing rackets in high school, and then got burned out on it. I can't string rackets anymore. I absolutely hate it. So they're over grips. I just kind of got hooked on them in high school, and I've used them ever since. So I'm just a fan of the texture. You know, it's just the grips that I like. So that's it. So that's everything that I have with me. I don't think I've taken anything out. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I might also have extra socks and or extra shirt if I know I'm playing multiple matches in a day. In fact, I need to do that before I play the UTR tournament this coming weekend. So that's kind of the only thing that's not in here right now, because I took those out after sectionals to put them through the wash. So hopefully you got some good ideas in here. And big thank you to Diadem for sponsoring me, the bag, the rackets, the strings. If you want to get 15% off anything on Diadem's website, strings, grips, bag, rackets, you know, whatever, just use the discount code Essential15 when you check out, or there's a link in the description if you're on YouTube down below as well. So big thank you and shout out to Diadem. This is everything I take with me. Tell me what I missed. Like what thing do you have to have in your racket bag that I didn't have with me? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.